Hi, everyone, and welcome to Coach Jay's show. I'm your host, Shantae Jordan, life strategist and empowerment coach to audiences of students and young professionals and those who are lifelong learners. I am so excited today to speak with you in regards to allowing fear to drive your success. Many people are afraid of many things. I, for one, am afraid of something that many people may be very surprised about. I am afraid of cold calling. If you're not familiar with the term cold calling, that is when you pick up the phone, you look for a number of someone you have not spoken to in quite some time, or you may have reached out to that person on a brief occasion and you need to follow through. And there it is, the phone, the number, and you. And when you look at the phone, you finally dial. You dial the number, and your heart is beating fast, fast. And, oh, hello, I'm Shantae Jordan, empowerment coach and speaker. And you're wondering, who's going to answer the other end? Are they going to receive me? Or are they simply going to say, click, I don't want to talk? Well, I must say that I have overcome this fear a little bit because I had the opportunity on last week to reach out to someone who I didn't quite know at all. In fact, it was on a business card, and I looked at the business card, and when I looked at the business card, I was like, let me try it. So when I called this number, the person on the business card no longer worked for the company. That tells you how long I kept the card in my pocket or in my book and said I was going to call. That's something to remember, reminder. I was going to call. Just keep that in your mind. But the person that I did call, finally, after I decided to overcome the fear, no longer worked for the company. So there we go. Remember, when you don't move, people do. So here I am on this phone, and I needed to get in touch with someone who could hire me to come and speak to a group of students. Well, the lady was so nice on the other end. She said, that person is no longer here. Here's the number of such and such, Dr. whoever. Oh my God, I'm about to talk to a doctor. What am I going to say? I am just a speaker wanting to make a dream happen, but yet and still, I had to do it again. I had to face the phone. So here I am, dialing the number, and I said, hello, Dr. whatever your name is. Hi, I'm Shantae. Hey, girl, I know. I'm listening on the other end. There's this woman who's thinking I'm someone else, and I am not that person. So I try to interrupt. Yes, I'm Shantae Jordan. No, I'm not that person. I'm Shantae Jordan. Empowerment. This is what I'm tussling with, and this is in my mind thinking, oh my gosh, this person thinks I'm someone else, and I didn't want to really call, but yet and still I had to keep going. So eventually, after she found out it wasn't who she felt it was, she said, I am so happy you called me. I had been praying for what I was to do next. Here I am thinking, all I want to do is get hired. I need a job. Well, she says, well, Shantae, it's a pleasure talking to you, but I want to be a coach too. I want to be a speaker too. And I'm thinking, great. And you've just encouraged me to move forward. How about this? I don't need to know anything else about you. We're going to hire you to speak to our students. You have motivated me so much in this brief conversation. The keys here is you never know who will be on the other end, but the point is you have to face your fear. So whatever you're fearing about right now, I challenge you to go ahead and face the fear. Because there's somebody on the other end, or there's someone awaiting your presence who's been praying for you and didn't even know it was going to be you, who's been praying for a situation and decided that, you know what? The next person who calls me may be my answer. So the same thing could happen to you. Point being is fear must plus that barrier. Fear plus barrier. There's two components that I want to talk about. Fear and barriers. Fear is that thing that you're afraid of, that barrier that you're afraid of. It's created by the barrier. So for example, here's a dog, here's you. The dog is coming. It's a happy little dog. He's coming over to you, and you are afraid of dogs. Do you A, stay put, or B, run, or C, drop down and fall? In my book, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College, I talk about fear plus barriers equals action in this book right here. Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College. You see, the fear that you're having right now can be overcome once you acknowledge what the barrier is that is keeping you from moving. Once you have determined that you're afraid of dogs, there has to be some action that's going to come out of it. You're either going to run, you're going to stand still. Even though you may not think that standing still is an action, it is. Because sometimes you need to stand still. You don't need to move. You don't need to go. That's an action. You're acting upon what is necessary at that particular time. So you may not need to move. You may fall out. Whatever the case, fear must make you drive into action. So today, I challenge you to look at your barriers. The dog, remember, the phone call, whatever it may be. It could be your fear of talking to people or introducing yourself, whatever that fear is. I'm going to challenge you today to face that fear. You're going to look at that fear. And you're going to take some sort of action today. Whether it's picking up the phone and contacting that person that you didn't want to call, or you're afraid to call because you don't know if they're actually wanting to speak to you. Or it could be that job that you don't think you're qualified for. I'm challenging you today to, first of all, acknowledge the barrier, what it is that's stopping you. And the second thing I challenge you to do is to begin to take some sort of action. Do something. When you take action, that helps you become one step closer to your destiny or wherever it is that you desire to be. But if you don't do anything, that means you continue to fear. You continue to the same route that you're going. You'll always be inactive. So today I encourage you to face your fears, eliminate any doubts, articulate what it is that you want to get done, reach for it, and make sure you start right now. Remember, you guys, you can pick up my book, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College, and Amazon, as well as you can visit my website at www.smjspeaks.com, as well as you can tweet me at smjspeaks. Remember, ignite the drive within you.